WKYT Midmorning, power outage impacts. How long will some Kentuckians be in the dark?
Plus, the fate of former President Donald Trump will soon be in the hands of a jury. We have the latest on the trial.
And a disease outbreak grows in Fayette County schools ahead of graduation day.
This is WKYT News Mid-Morning.
Welcome to WKYT Mid-Morning. I'm Victor Puente.
And I'm Destiny Quinn. It's looking like a really nice day ahead of us. But, Jim, what are the chances that we'll see some rain?
We're going to get a few showers out there creeping through our skies, I think, especially toward the afternoon and evening. But not everybody will get in on that. You can see that our day is actually looking pretty good out there. Temperatures are in the 60s. This is comfortable. Now, she just asked about that rain. Look just to our north. We've got the sweep scanning for you. Look up here toward Indianapolis. See some of those showers there? That is going to start dropping toward us. It's going to actually move out toward the south and east. And as it does, we could see some rain from that. Maybe a gusty thunder shower. Winds are also going to pick up as that wave of energy drives through the area. It'll also keep those temperatures down. I am tracking it all. Coming up in a few minutes.
Jim, thank you. We now know the name of another person killed in Sunday's storms.
The Hardin County coroner identified the victim as Noreen Paget. She lived in Radcliffe. We don't know how exactly she died.
Leaders are blaming the storm for 5 deaths statewide, including one in Mercer County. A tree crushed Julie Sterling early Monday morning. She was in bed. The National Weather Service says straight-line winds caused the damage there. The other storm deaths were in Louisville and Hopkins and Caldwell counties.
More than 27,000 Kentucky households still don't have power. At one point, nearly 215,000 households were in the dark. Western and Southern Kentucky have the most outages right now. Governor Beshear says power restoration may take days.
In Jefferson County, utility poles are splintered. Power lines are still twisted. This marks the 3rd day without power for some people there. Homeowner Wilma Thompson is using a generator to keep the fridge cold. It keeps a fan blowing when it gets too hot. She says she's trying to stay patient.
We don't have any way to cook. We don't have any way to wash dishes. We don't have any way to do anything, laundry, anything.
More than 4,000 people are without power in Jefferson County.
The National Weather Service says an EF1 tornado went through Butler and northern Warren counties on Sunday. You can see some of that heavy damage to vehicles and some downed trees and power lines. The NWS says winds in these areas reached a peak of 110 miles per hour. You can always stay weather aware with the WKYT First Alert weather app. Scan the QR code on your screen to get updates on the forecast and to see current conditions. 2 more cases of whooping cough have been confirmed in Fayette County. That brings the total to more than a dozen.
Lucy Bryson is at the Fayette Health Department with more on that outbreak.
Well, there have been 14 total cases confirmed here in Fayette County since this initial spike just a couple of months ago. 12 of those confirmed cases have been school-aged children. And with the school year coming to an end, today is the last day of school for Fayette County Public Schools. Those graduation ceremonies are leaving families, graduates, and anyone coming to attend wondering what they should do in the event of coming into contact with someone that does have the whooping cough, or pertussis as it is called. The Fayette County Health Department advises you to stay home and stop the spread, as the whooping cough can be very dangerous if passed along to infants or those suffering with chronic illnesses. Those who need to stay home are those who are positive, of course, but also those who are feeling symptoms. Families should be watching out for cold-like symptoms, including sneezing, congestion, and coughing. The health department tells us that the whooping cough is extremely contagious. According to the health department, the best way to protect yourself is by getting a vaccination, and they want to help you do that as soon as possible. They say that although these school-aged children might not be in the most vulnerable age demographic, they could definitely contribute to a spread and potentially harm someone who could be a little bit more vulnerable. So they say contacting your local health department, whether it is here in Fayette County or in surrounding counties, is the best way for them to help guide you to getting that vaccination and getting it soon. For now in Lexington, I'm Lucy Bryson, WKYT.
The driver is seriously hurt after a crash in Lexington. Police say a car hit a utility pole on Old Richmond Road and Jacks Creek Pike around 7 last night. The driver had life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt. Officers say speeding was likely a factor.
Lexington Fayette Animal Care and Control is warning about a phone scam. They say scammers are using the department's phone number to ask for money. Officers say they never ask for payments over the phone or delay medical care. They say if scammers target you, you should call the FBI.
Kentucky is one of the 21 states that will be part of a new initiative to modernize the country's power grid. That new initiative aims to fix aging electrical infrastructure and improve the grid. Leaders also want to build a bigger and more modern grid as part of an effort to reduce power outages and increase electrical capacity.
Deliberations start today in former President Trump's hush money trial.
Trump is accused of falsifying business records to cover up payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Yesterday, it took 8 hours for the defense and prosecutors to make their final appeals.
The jurors, by closing arguments, really have a pretty good idea of how they feel about the case. They are looking strictly at what's the evidence? What do I need in order to do my job?
Well, Trump could face jail time and fines if found guilty. The judge noted a prison sentence would not be required for a conviction.
Multiple powdered baby formulas are being recalled. The FDA says 3 products fail to meet regulatory standards. They're Cresolac Infant 0 to 12, Pharmalac 0 to 12, and Pharmalac Low Lactose. Customers can return their recalled formula back to where you bought it for a full refund.
A new Chicago-style pizzeria is coming to Lexington. The Herald Leader reports Rosati's Pizza is coming to the Venue Shopping Center at Nicholasville Road and Malibu Drive. The Chicago-style restaurant features deep dish pizza and Italian beef sandwiches. They hope to open in early June.
Blood centers say the need for donors increases in the summertime. Here's a look at the supply at Kentucky Blood Center. To keep these blood types stocked for this summer, they're hoping that a big drawing will draw in more donors. A donor could win 2 Taylor Swift concert tickets just by walking through the door. KBC says they try to go with big promotions every summer because of the downward trend in donations.
We see people come in on a regular basis from September to May, but when we hit about May, it's just that the donation frequency goes down. 20% of our donations come from high school drives that we do, and obviously schools are out. So, for the next few months, we're not getting those collections.
The lucky winner also gets a $500 gift card to cover travel expenses. All donors get Taylor Swift-inspired T-shirts. If you would like to donate, make an appointment on the Kentucky Blood Center's website.
Still ahead, a former corrections officer in custody.
Police say they've caught a man who abused teenage Kentucky inmates.
A little bit of rain showing up just to our north, across parts of Ohio and Indiana. Right around Indianapolis, as a matter of fact. Could be dropping into our skies later. I'll break that down coming up.
At WKYT, we are committed to bringing you first alert weather.
Good evening, everybody.
Food for work has to work. That's why there's Easy Cater. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. With easy online ordering and reordering. So you can get food for work without the work. Start an order at easycater.com.
Hello, Lexington. I'm your celebrity spokesperson for Zine, the new way to stream local news, sports, and events from all over the country. But Zine speaks for itself. It doesn't need a celebrity spokesperson to tell you to download Zine. Besides, an ex-teen idol like myself might resort to pandering gimmicks. You're too smart for that. Let's cut to the Zine logo before I do some sexy, overdramatic ending, huh? Lexington, stream local TV from all over the country with Zine. Always local, always free.
So many people are overweight now and asking themselves, why can't I lose weight? For most, the reason is insulin resistance, and they don't even know they have it. Conventional starvation diets don't address insulin resistance. That's why they don't work. Now there's Release from Golo. It naturally helps reverse insulin resistance, stops sugar cravings, and releases stubborn fat, all while controlling stress and emotional eating. At last, a diet pill that actually works. Go to golo.com to get yours.
Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer,
my fear of recurrence could have held me back.
But I'm staying focused. in doing more to prevent recurrence.
Verzenio is specifically for HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive early breast cancer with a high chance of returning as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Verzenio reduces the risk of recurrence versus hormone therapy alone. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm focusing on what counts.
Talk to your doctor about reducing your risk.
Of sexually abusing teenage inmates is now in custody.
Police spent days searching for Neil Mormon. He missed a court hearing on May 21st. He's charged with 2 counts of sexual abuse. He lost his job at the Campbell County Juvenile Detention Center after a supervisor says he saw him kissing a teen. Documents show employees and inmates claimed jail supervisors knew about Mormon's behavior before that incident. He could face 5 years in prison if convicted.
A judge is advancing the case of a man accused of killing someone in Lexington and dumping the evidence at Popeyes. Jericho Roberts is charged with murder in the death of Devin Chenault. Police say Roberts shot the victim late last month. Officers found Chenault shot to death in a truck near Charles Young Park. According to the Herald Leader, a detective testified yesterday that Roberts shot Chenault at a home on Liberty Road. A woman drove Chenault away from the scene and abandoned the truck on Shropshire Avenue. The detective says the next day, police followed Roberts and saw him throwing evidence away at Popeyes. A judge decided to keep Roberts' bond at $1 million and moved the case to a grand jury.
We are hearing from the family of a woman who was nearly killed in an apparent domestic violence incident. Faith Newsom is still recovering in the hospital. Court records say Newsom got into a fight with her ex-boyfriend, Brendan Cummins. Then he crashed into a motorcycle she was riding, knocking her off, dragging her under his vehicle. Cummins appeared in a Franklin County courtroom yesterday. Newsom's family is hoping for justice.
Just hope they give him the punishment that's deserved, because, he needs to really never get out again for what he did. My sister's life's forever changed, and why shouldn't his be?
Cummins' bond is set at $100,000. His case is headed to a grand jury.
2 people have been arrested after police say they found drugs in their baby stroller with a child inside. Officers say they found drugs and drug paraphernalia inside of Thomas Parker and Tiffany McCord's stroller right next to the baby. This happened in Madisonville Friday. A report says when officers picked the child up, they realized that the baby was sitting on a pile of maggots. Parker's facing a wanton endangerment charge. McCord is facing multiple charges, including drug trafficking and wanton endangerment.
State police say 3 people set a home on fire for insurance fraud in Knox County. State troopers were called out to that scene yesterday. They say Ann Sloan, Donnie Sloan, and Beatrice Isaac confessed to setting that home on fire. All 3 are charged with arson and wanton endangerment. One person who was living in the basement was able to escape without injuries.
An Eastern Kentuckian is leader of the Kentucky Bar Association for the first time in 40 years. Rhonda Blackburn was just sworn in. She's an attorney with Pikeville Medical Center. She says as the new leader, she wants to show that KBA does more than investigate misconduct.
I know a lot of people think about Kentucky Bar Association as discipline, but it's so much more than that. And I want to make sure everybody knows what we're offering so they can take advantage of it.
2 other members of PMC's legal team will serve on the board with Blackburn.
Alcohol sales will soon be allowed in Knott County. The measure received enough yes votes to pass last Tuesday. The Knott County clerk says the election was certified Friday. One restaurant owner says she's excited to be able to offer something new to her customers.
I think it'll bring in people. Right now we have so many people walk out the door and leave because of it. And, they're going to neighboring counties when they could stay here and the money could be local. And that's what we want. We want them eating here. We want them shopping here.
Businesses and vendors can start applying for licenses July 23rd.
Skies looking pretty good here across Lexington and really everywhere here in the Commonwealth. A little more cloud cover will start streaming in from our northern skies as we're going to get a little push of energy that will drop in here. Right there you see our skies in Lexington and our weather breakdown. It's a cooler trend. We should be closer to 80 degrees, 79 to be exact, for today. That's your normal high. But we're not going to get there. We are likely going to stay in the low 70s. Stray shower possible out there too. And we could dip to the 40s during the nighttime hours. You see a little pool of cooler air right there. That's dropping in right now. It's going to continue to try to make an invasion. And that's why I think we kind of slow these temperatures down from growing any more than what we have out there currently. That sinks in. I know some folks are going to be warmer than others. And you can see what's happening there. You get across Ohio, you get to Indiana, you got that cooler pool of air that's right through there. And that system will continue to kind of drop that in. And as it does, we'll get some showers out of it. The longer trend, Thursday and Friday, stay on this chillier side and calm. I mean, we're not dealing with a tremendous amount of rain over the next couple of days. I think we're going to be just fine. You've got the cool air with high 70-ish. And then you've got lows that dip down to the 40s. So watch. See how you've got the cooler air in place there about 1 o'clock today, and it keeps dropping in. By the overnight hours, we're in the 40s. We have a lot of them out there, 45, 46, 44, 47. Tomorrow does look a little bit better, more widespread, low 70s for you, and comfortable with that humidity at a very tolerable level. We get into the early morning hours on your Friday, and we have some hints, not everywhere, but some hints of 30s trying to make their way in here. Now, I don't think it's a widespread thing, and it's not on this map either. Most of us will end up in the 40s, but you do have that little shot of some of those 30s trying to show. Now, I'm not totally convinced that we get them. It'd be in a low-lying area, the coldest air of the whole setup would have to kind of pool there, but it's showing. 71, 72, 72. That is the rest of this work week and the final 3 days of May. You turn to June and we crank up a little warmth. We get back in the 70s, 80s for your daytime highs. Rain-free right now, but there it is. That's what's causing that cooler pool of air. It's that cloud cover and those showers. This is what's coming our way. As the front itself pulls away, you get that wave behind it, and it will deliver us some showers. See, this takes us up to 2 o'clock. You get a little rain here and there. A lot of you are dry. Most of you are dry at 3 o'clock. And then notice right here, you see the little indication of yellow and orange? That might mean we can run into a little isolated grapple or the soft hail, that kind of stuff. We look at a full 7-day forecast here, and as we do that, I've got daytime highs, of course, in the 70s and back in the 80s. Your rain chances really do crank up a little bit more by the afternoon on Saturday, and that'll hang around through next week. So those first few days of June are a little wetter. It's not washout weather, but they are at least potentially wetter at times.
We should probably take the ponchos to Railbird, just to be prepared.
I would imagine. Why aren't you talking?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a poncho. I'll just get soaked.
I don't want to mess up my hair.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her beautiful hair.
That's true. She has a lot more to work with than me.
She does. She does.
Thanks, Jim. Well, we continue to get updates about storm damage across the state. In Scott County, trees fell on homes and cars. Emergency management says the worst of the damage was along the Franklin County line. For most of the day on Sunday, 2,000 homes were without power. Almost all of those outages have been restored.
A couple in South Central Kentucky is cleaning up after a tree fell on their home during Sunday's storms. Dawn and Deborah Bennett live in Simpson County. They and their family were not in the room when the tree fell, but it did cause a loud bang. They didn't think much of the noise until Dawn went to check the bedroom.
When I walked in, there was insulation all over the floor, and sheetrock. So I was wondering what all that was. Got a flashlight, turned it on, and it was a disaster.
The couple was part of the 400 people without power after that night's storms. Dawn says it's been impressive to see the community come together for cleanup.
Leaders in Hopkins County are looking for volunteers to help with storm recovery. They say the recovery process is smoother this time around after their experience with the December 2021 tornado. But they still need help. If you want to volunteer, you can contact the Hopkins County Long-Term Recovery Committee on Facebook. The Price is Right, just for kids, and a documentary introduces a new generation to the imagination of Muppet creator Jim Henson.
Tanya Backus has your eye on entertainment.
Hello there, my name is Jim Henson, and I'm a puppeteer.
The film Jim Henson Idea Man dives into the life of Muppets creator Jim Henson.
From a very early age, he had the feeling that he was here for a purpose.
The entertainer got his start in local television before bringing his talents to Sesame Street. Filmmaker Ron Howard takes viewers on a tour of Henson's creative process and features interviews with his collaborators and children. Henson was 53 years old when he died in 1990. Jim Henson Idea Man streams Friday on Disney+.
I work on the border.
Willie Nelson's 75th solo studio album, The Border, is set for release Friday. It contains 10 songs, including 4 brand new ones the 91-year-old wrote with his frequent collaborator Buddy Cannon, and re-recordings of songs written by some of his favorite artists. Pre-orders for The Border are available now. Nelson and his band are currently on tour.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I feel awesome.
The youngest super fans of The Price is Right joined the big leagues on a special The Price is Right at Night Superfan Junior Edition.
Me and my family every single day record every episode and we watch it during dinner and we yell at the TV.
Kids from across the U.S. put their expertise and enthusiasm to the test while playing some of their favorite games for a chance to win big money and prizes. Catch this special Price is Right at Night tonight on CBS. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
But those kids' parents are really excited about those trips they might win.
Yes, they're just like, come on, kid, you can do it. You can do it. Also, the Jim Henson thing, I know that's going to make me cry at some point.
Oh, you can tell. Yeah, absolutely. Keep it here on Mid-Morning. We'll be back with some of today's top health headlines, including the importance of clinical continuity.
And before we go to break, tonight's Powerball jackpot, $143 million. Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot, $522 million.
You know, here at WKYT, our number one focus, So many people are overweight now and asking themselves, why can't I lose weight? For most, the reason is insulin resistance, and they don't even know they have it. Conventional starvation diets don't address insulin resistance. That's why they don't work. Now there's Golo. Golo helps with insulin resistance, getting rid of sugar cravings, helps control stress and emotional eating, and losing weight. Go to Golo.com and see how Golo can change your life. That's GOLO.com.
This bakery needs new equipment fast to keep up with demand, so they're going to On Deck, the online lender that makes it easy to choose your loan and, if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our Tops and our Tops fans.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means I cherish my memories, but I don't just look back on them. I look forward to the chance to make new ones every day with Verzenio.
Verzenio is proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant. Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm making future memories every day with Verzenio.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
So many people are overweight now and asking themselves, why can't I lose weight? For most, the reason is insulin resistance, and they don't even know they have it. Conventional starvation diets don't address insulin resistance. That's why they don't work. Now there's release from Golo. It naturally helps reverse insulin resistance, stops sugar cravings, and releases stubborn fat, all while controlling stress and emotional eating. At last, a diet pill that actually works. Go to Golo.com to get yours.
The importance of clinical continuity and new research about drug overdose mortality in one U.S. state.
Skylar Henry has the details in this Better Living report.
Patients who stay within the same clinical group or see the same physician tend to have better health outcomes compared to those who don't. That's according to researchers who analyzed hospital data out of Alberta, Canada from 2015 to 2018. They found clinical continuity resulted in fewer emergency room visits and hospitalizations, especially for patients with complex cases. Marijuana laws in the U.S. appear to be having an impact on college decision-making. New research published in the journal Economic Inquiry shows states with legalized recreational marijuana use have seen up to a 9% increase in freshman enrollments compared to states without such legalization. The study also found the reclassification did not affect degree completion or graduation rates. And a new study in the journal Addiction highlights a racial disparity in opioid overdose prevention. In Pennsylvania, the state that saw the fourth highest number of overdose deaths in 2020, black individuals were less likely to receive naloxone than white individuals. The data also showed the rate of overdose deaths among black people is significantly higher than those that are white in Pennsylvania. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
First Alert meteorologist Jim Caldwell's tracking the next big thing.
Yes, we are. We're talking about some changes coming to the forecast after a nice little stretch here of dry and calm conditions and even downright cool. We will see the pattern flip a little bit. What will happen by the end of the week, going to the weekend especially? Big area of high pressure that runs the show. Watch it start to move. Well, as it does, it'll help turn the winds out of the south. Well, when that happens, you get a little more warmth. Well, you've also got another disturbance that could also bring in some scattered showers. Now, I want you to look. We're not talking about a tremendous amount on Saturday, very little. You get into Sunday, and it could be a little bit better with the coverage at times, but that is the flip in the pattern back to what we were used to, back to that wetter stuff. And that is the next big thing.
A lot to watch out there. Thanks, Jim.
Up next, sharks, bikes, and books.
A look at the Lexington Public Library's jam-packed summer agenda.
Only at Peterson Law Office is the person you see on TV and
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our tops and our tops fans.
Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer, my fear of recurrence could have held me back. But I'm staying focused and doing more to prevent recurrence.
Verzenio is specifically for HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive early breast cancer with a high chance of returning as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Verzenio reduces the risk of recurrence versus hormone therapy alone. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm focusing on what counts.
Talk to your doctor about reducing your risk.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our tops and our tops fans.
Mid-morning.
Welcome back to Mid-Morning.
Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is looking at some cooler days ahead, at least cool relatively compared to what it should be, huh, Jim?
Yeah, because we should be closer to 80, and we're going to find ourselves right around 70. That's what's going to happen out there. A little cloud cover starting to push in closer and closer to us from our northern skies, and there are some showers tied to that. Now, it's not a tremendous amount of rain. The cloud cover will thicken up, though, quite a bit, so you will get that. And that's going to help to keep us a little bit cooler as we work into what should be the warmest part of the day, especially when you get those showers going. So we look at a breakdown. You've got the cool winds continue, and it could get a little breezy with that system passing by. Gusts might go up to 25, 30 miles per hour as maybe a stray thunderstorm blows through as well. I'll break that down coming up.
Thanks, Jim. Scammers may be targeting Kentuckians cleaning up storm damage.
The Better Business Bureau says you should carefully vet any contractor you're hiring for repairs. Check to see if their company is registered and licensed, and be especially wary of anyone promising a special deal for hiring them right away.
When you have folks, as you may well do, have coming door to door to you, offering their services, be wary. Don't fall for high pressure sales tactics. Don't let them try to talk you into a deal that's only good for a limited amount of time. Don't be pressured.
You can ask your insurer for references and check reviews on bbb.org. You can also use the website to report scams after contacting police.
People in Pulaski County have a new option today for storm debris disposal. The composting facility at Quarry Drive is accepting drop-offs from people who live in the county. Contractors can't use this site. It'll be open from 7:30 to 4 on weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays. A Scott County horse facility needs major repairs. The storm ripped off the roof of L&J stables with 19 horses inside. All of them were okay. The property is scarred with snapped trees. Co-owner Luca Bowman says it's disheartening to see much of her work in shambles.
And it's just emotional when you look at everything that you have spent so much time working for and put so much blood, sweat, and tears in, and it's gone.
The Bowmans still aren't sure if insurance will cover the damage.
A woman in Hopkins County has lost her home for the second time. In December of 2021, that violent tornado outbreak took Clara Rice's home. That night, she thought she'd lost her 2 infant grandsons. They were later found safe in a bathtub. Now, nearly 3 years later, a tornado ripped its way through her home again.
I said, Lord, it doesn't matter if you take my home or not. You've given me life, and I praise you for it. You saved me once before, me and my grandsons, and I praise you and thank you for that, and I know you're going to do it twice. This is just material things. It can be replaced. A life can't.
And Clara says she plans to rebuild her home right where it stood on that hill, just like she did last time. You can always stay weather aware with the WKYT First Alert Weather app. Scan the QR code on your screen to get updates on the forecast and see current conditions.
Lexington now has more than a dozen confirmed cases of whooping cough. The health department says 2 more people tested positive over the weekend. That brings the city's total to 14. 12 cases are in school children. High school graduation ceremonies start tomorrow. Families should watch out for cold-like symptoms, including sneezing, congestion, and coughing. You can call the health department to learn about how to get the whooping cough vaccine. Kentucky is joining a multi-state project to improve students' mental health.
The National Governors Association is heading that initiative. Kentucky's team will focus on improving mental health services within schools. Expert and student voices will play roles in that project.
A survey says most Kentucky parents believe kids should get mental health sick days. Test Prep Insight conducted the research. Surveyors found 71% of Kentucky parents think schools should let students take off for mental health reasons. Minnesota had the highest support for the idea at 86%. Vermont had the lowest at just 40%. Kentucky schools are allowed to excuse absences due to mental health because of a law passed in 2022.
A nonprofit is holding a meeting today on a possible constitutional amendment. In November, voters will decide on letting lawmakers divert some tax money to private schools. Supporters say that move would give families more options. Others say it will hurt the public schools nearly all Kentuckians attend. The pro-amendment Bluegrass Institute is leading tonight's meeting in Jackson County. That'll be at 5 at the Sand Gap Community Building.
We are expecting an update today in the case of PGA golfer Scotty Scheffler. Scheffler faces charges including felony assault of an officer, criminal mischief, and reckless driving. Louisville police say he drove away from an officer trying to control traffic flow at a deadly crash, dragging the officer in the process. Scheffler says he was following another officer's directive. He has a hearing in Jefferson County today. The attorney's office would not comment on the reason why the office is calling for the hearing. Scheffler will not be there. His attorney is pushing for the charges to be dropped.
We now know why a Kentucky State trooper is facing charges. Herald Leader reports Trooper Daniel Forbes is accused of taking department-owned ammunition for personal use. He was assigned to executive security detail for Governor Beshear. The paper reports he stole from a storage facility near the governor's mansion over several months. Forbes is scheduled to appear in court July 12th.
Overdose deaths appear to be dropping in Kentucky faster than almost anywhere else. The CDC says on average, overdose deaths have dropped 3% nationwide. They've dropped nearly 8% in Kentucky. Advocates say outreach and education are helping bring the numbers down.
Narcan is more readily available. People in Kentucky now know that treatment on demand exists. Addiction, it affects the entire person. And so it takes a full comprehensive effort, and it would be critically important that we don't spike the football too early because there are lives depending on it.
The CDC looked at numbers from December of 2022 to December of 2023. Kentucky's Office for Drug Control Policy will release its latest data in June. Mark Pope's contract is now official.
According to the Herald Leader, all major parties have now signed off on UK's new men's basketball coach. The 5-year deal is worth $27.5 million. That averages to about $5.5 million per year. He can get bonuses depending on how the Cats play. If he gets fired before the 2028-29 season, UK would owe him 75% of what's left in the deal. If he opts out early, he'll owe 33 or 20% of the deal. That percentage depends on whether Mitch Barnhart is still athletics director.
A Lexington-owned grocery store needs help. According to the Herald Leader, Good Foods Co-op needs to raise $200,000 through an owner loan program. The co-op sells organic food and supports more than 250 Kentucky farmers. Last year, it had significant losses. Leaders blame competition and cost. The co-op has secured 11 loans so far. Without enough, it could close.
The Lexington Public Library is inviting families to celebrate the summer. Seasonal programming includes a wide range of free educational activities. Items on the agenda include a bike rodeo and visit from live sharks from the Newport Aquarium. Kids can also get some free meals.
A lot of them lose access to food during the summer, so we will be serving lunch at our Northside, Tates Creek, and Marksbury branches.
We have a list of all library events, dates, and times linked in this story on WKYT.com.
An Eastern Kentucky school board is honoring an employee who saved a child's life. Lexi Atkins is a food service employee at Everett's Elementary in Harlan County. Nearly 3 weeks ago, Atkins saved a kindergartner who was choking by using a life vac device. She was trained to use the device at the beginning of this school year. She says in the moment, her focus was getting on the device quickly to save the child's life.
Just the first thing that ran into my mind was, okay, well, I need to run and get that device and try to get it out of there because she was already starting to turn purple. So it was like okay, this is really going on.
The Director of Food Services says employees are trained every year. He encourages all of the employees to be certified in CPR, AED, and first aid training. There's still more to come on WKYT Midmorning.
Up next, we'll check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. See what they're cooking up today. Looks like we're making some coleslaw.
Yeah.
Temperature is down for us here across Kentucky, and they'll stay that way into the afternoon and tomorrow and then on Friday. But then it gets a little warmer and wetter for the weekend. I have that for you coming up.
Search WKYT.
Substance abuse destroys our relationships, health, and careers, leaving us hopeless. As an addict, you'll put everything on the line for that next fix. The effect is temporary, but the consequences are permanent. Rehabs America is the change you need. Our addiction helpline puts you in touch with a talented, friendly team ready to fight for you. It's time to get back on track. Call Rehabs America today and start living life to the fullest.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our Tops and our Tops fans.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means I cherish my memories, but I don't just look back on them. I look forward to the chance to make new ones every day with Verzenio.
Verzenio is proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant. Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm making future memories every day with Verzenio.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Substance abuse destroys our relationships, health, and careers, leaving us hopeless. As an addict, you'll put everything on the line for that next fix. The effect is temporary, but the consequences are permanent. Rehabs America is the change you need. Our addiction helpline puts you in touch with a talented, friendly team ready to fight for you. It's time to get back on track. Call Rehabs America today and start living life to the fullest.
42. A Kentucky couple is mourning 2 missionaries killed by gang members in Haiti.
Davy and Natalie Lloyd spent years abroad helping Haitian children. They worked just a few miles away from Global Outreach. David and Judy Heedy of Owensboro ran the group for 34 years. They say the Lloyds knew the risks, especially with gang violence reaching new heights over the past few months.
What they were experiencing since February is gangs who used to fight each other are now fighting the government and the hospitals and the police.
The Lloyds were killed during a robbery. They were ambushed on the way back from church. According to the Associated Press, Haitian gangs control about 80% of the nation's capital city.
A Kentucky man says he fell victim to scammers pretending to be his credit union. Philip Powell from Elizabethtown says in March he got a call from Navy Federal Credit Union's number. Someone on the line asked him about a loan. He said he never applied for one. The caller said they could fix the problem. They even verified his last 3 transactions and part of his Social Security number. So Powell added the caller to his account and lost $7,500. He reported the fraud, but has yet to get his money back.
They were only able to recover $2,500, and I was responsible for the additional $5,000. So now I'm puzzled. Like, wait, where did this? Yeah. What changed? You had it on hold.
The credit union declined to give details on the case. The FBI got nearly 300,000 complaints last year about scammers spoofing legitimate numbers.
Richmond homeowners are taking stock after the weekend storms. Many are still rebuilding from last year's severe weather. In June, a storm uprooted trees and poured hail. Mayor Robert Blythe says the damage this time isn't as bad. He's worried about families who are already in the middle of repairs.
I drove the city after that last one and looked at the all the homes that were damaged. It was really like a war zone.
The leaders say you should document all damage before cleaning it up.
Right now we sit with quite a few 60s out there. Somerset trying to jump above the rest and get to 70 degrees. That's where they are right now. And then you got a whole bunch of other low, mid, upper 60s that are hanging out with us everywhere across central and eastern Kentucky. That's kind of where we sit. So overall, pretty comfortable everywhere you look. It's cooler than what you'd expect because normally we'd be trying to charge up to around 70 or so and then getting into the upper 70s, around 80 degrees. But so far, so good. And we haven't really received the second push of some of the cooler air. That is going to be working in. See how there's like a cooler little dome right there? That right there will be sinking in. That's a system. It departs, brings a shower or two, and then you get a follow-up that keeps the cool air coming. It's that right there, that area of high pressure. It's going to move in, and it'll keep us on the much cooler side compared to normal, as we'll probably end up with daytime highs that should, starting with today, though today's because of the other part of this, but starting with today, we're in the low 70s for highs and then 40s at night. Some of you might even be chillier than that, it looks like, at times. As we scan the skies in search of that rain with our first alert radar network, there they are. You see the showers to our north. And I'll animate this so you can see how they're flowing around that area of low pressure, dropping deeper into Indiana, cloud cover thickening in northern Kentucky and up around Cincinnati, and even getting into the skies of Louisville. And that keeps coming. Well, watch. Here we go. That's 11:45, so roughly right at 59 minutes from now, and you see the precipitation. It's out there, it keeps on going and growing, and you get a few showers. There could be an isolated thunderstorm. If you get a thunderstorm, don't be shocked. It's not going to be a severe threat, anything like that, but don't be surprised if you don't get a little soft hail out of it or grapple. That could happen out of some of those that we fire up today. Tomorrow morning, forget about the rain. You don't want any rain because you don't want chilly showers. We are with some chilly conditions already with those mid-40s and upper 40s. High's probably doing okay tomorrow in the 70s, still below average. But check out what the model continues to do. This is the second in a row. It's tried to sink its teeth into some 30s. And it keeps really showing them out east. It tried to put them a little closer to us with one of the earlier runs today, but it's extreme. The rest of us sit well into the 40s. I mean, that's record territory for Lexington. 5 o'clock Friday evening, we are in the low to mid 70s. Very comfortable day. By the end of the week, we'll start seeing the clouds thicken up by Friday night and then going into Saturday. Saturday will feature a very small chance of some rain. There's some scattered showers that will try to go up, and it's going to be later in the day. Rain chance will also hang around for your Sunday, and at no point do I think we're just covered up in water all day long at any point. So Saturday looks good. Sunday looks a little wetter as far as the coverage is concerned, but the chances are certainly the same. There you see the rest of that 7-day stretch with more active weather moving into Monday and Tuesday as well. June 1st on Saturday, you two. Isn't that wild?
This year's flying.
It is. Here we are already talking about that and getting a taste of April in the last few days of May.
At least it warms up a little bit, not too...
Around normal.
Around normal. All right. Yeah. Jim, I'm still thinking about the fact that Willie Nelson has 75 albums.
That's incredible.
We don't have any.
Amazing.
We
haven't made a single
I would
album.
love to hear that.
But we've talked about it. See, that's the thing. We've talked about it.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim. Well, a daughter who lost her mother to breast cancer is helping those going through cancer treatment.
Rebecca Baker started the Betty's Brave and Beautiful Hearts Foundation after her mother Betty died. Baker hands out pink boxes of supplies to women undergoing chemotherapy or for post-mastectomy care. They include drain tube carriers, a hoodie, a heart necklace, and even a seatbelt cover. Christina Zuniga says during rough days, the necklace serves as a reminder of the support she has.
There's days that have been mentally rough, and I just hold it. I just hold it and I say everything is going to be okay.
Baker's now partnering with Kentucky Cancer Link to expand services to more people. Each kit costs about $150. If you would like to learn more or donate, look for this story on our Link to Hope tab on the WKYT News app.
This dish from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen is a welcome change from ordinary coleslaw.
Today's recipe is for blue cheese bacon slaw.
Even though it's not officially summer yet, this is the time of year when most of us start to turn away from comfort food and crave foods that I call picnic perfect. At the top of that list are deli salads. And today, I'm sharing one that you'll want to add to your nicer weather lineup. It's a bacon and broccoli slaw that goes together like this. We start by emptying a package of broccoli slaw into a bowl. And if you're not familiar with broccoli slaw, it's sort of like coleslaw, but rather than shredding cabbage, it's made by shredding the stems of broccoli. Next, we add in some chopped red onion, a good amount of cooked crumbled bacon, and some salt and pepper. And for the part that gives this its rich, creamy texture, we pour on some bottled ranch dressing and give it a good mix. Boy, this is looking amazing. We top it with some crumbled blue cheese and more bacon if you want. Once it's chilled, it's ready to serve. This slaw pairs perfectly with everything from fried or roast chicken to your favorite piled high sandwich. To get your copy of our soon-to-be award-winning recipe, simply visit our website and type in blue cheese bacon slaw. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a bacony, delicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
At WKYT, we are committed to bringing you first alert weather.
Good evening, everyone. Substance abuse destroys our relationships, health, and careers, leaving us hopeless. As an addict, you'll put everything on the line for that next fix. The effect is temporary, but the consequences are permanent. Rehab's America is the change you need. Our addiction helpline puts you in touch with a talented, friendly team ready to fight for you. It's time to get back on track. Call Rehab's America today and start living life to the fullest.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our tops and our tops fans.
Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer,
my fear of recurrence could have held me back.
but I'm staying focused
and doing more to prevent recurrence.
Verzenio is specifically for HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive early breast cancer with a high chance of returning as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Verzenio reduces the risk of recurrence versus hormone therapy alone. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm focusing on what counts.
Talk to your doctor about reducing your risk.
Katie, it's future you. Constipation with belly pain again? Our doctor figured it out. She said it's IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. These aren't all the side effects. Get ahead of it. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
Welcome back to Mid-Morning. KET is hosting its 36th annual summer celebration next weekend. This year's theme is Bravo Broadway.
There will be costumes, an auction, and tons of fun. Here to tell us more is Michelle Ripley and the director of UK Opera Theatre, Dr. Everett McCorvey. Thank you both so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the theme we've got going on here. Tell us about this event.
Well, first of all, Everett and his beautiful bride, Alicia, are our leading actors, our honorary chairs. So we built this theme around their wonderful work. And all of this is to support KET, which literally is the state's largest performance stage. Yeah. So how perfect that Everett and Alicia are helping to wave the banner for us.
Well, and KET is known throughout the country as one of the top PBS stations in America. And so to be able to support them in this manner, we are very excited about it, very pleased about it, and very happy to be able to do it.
People who are coming out to the event, what can they expect?
Well, as you mentioned, we have an auction to fit any budget, everything from an African safari and Viking cruise, river cruise, to baskets from some of our local favorite retailers and marketers around the state. So that's a great way to support. It's Big Apple hospitality, as we like to say, dancing until you drop. We also market heavily. There's no speeches.
Okay, that's not.
So there will be 1,000 people there in either summer casual attire, or if they dare, they can do their favorite Hamilton. I've tried to do my Hamilton today. Or we know some folks are coming in cats, leotards.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's going to be fun.
It's just a fun party and a great way to support KET.
I want to know about some of the roles you and your wife have had over the years.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we've tried to do everything in Lexington related to the arts, and KET has been a great partner. They have filmed many of our shows, from Grand Night for Singing to the American Spiritual Ensemble, to shows about my work around the country as impresario. And so it's been a great relationship. And then it's not just for Lexington. I mean, that's the beautiful thing. When KET films something, it goes to the PBS stations nationally. And so people around the country know about the quality of the work that that KET does. And so we're just honored to be a part of that journey, and thankful to them for really making the rest of the country aware of the talent that we have here in Kentucky. It's really quite amazing.
We shine a very bright light on Everett and Alicia and his students, and it is a great partnership, and we can only do this with the community's support. So that's why we say this is a great way to come out and have fun, and also support their favorite opera and Broadway stars here locally, and enable KET to shine that bright light.
All right, so people want tickets, the website, the best place to get those?
Absolutely,
right,
yes.
Thank you all for coming in and talking to us.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Come out
us.
and joining us.
Sounds fun.
Keep it here on Mid-Morning.
An education platform that values my freedom, while I fight for yours. That's liberty to me.
Trust the why behind every move. 1% better every week. That's how we grow. That's how you get better. Trust every rep. Trust every moment. Trust the process. This is where breakthroughs happen.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our tops and our tops fans.
Our weather is nice. I thought we just had a few seconds.
Yeah, well, there we go.
It's nice.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for watching.
Take the news with you on the WKYT News app.
Trust the why behind every move. 1% better every week. That's how we grow. That's how you get better. Trust every rep. Trust every moment. Trust the process. This is where breakthroughs happen.
Hello, Lexington. I'm your celebrity spokesperson for Zeem, the new way to stream local news, sports, and events from all over the country. But Zeem speaks for itself. It doesn't need a celebrity spokesperson to tell you to download Zeem. Besides, an ex-teen idol like myself might resort to pandering gimmicks. Zeem. You're too smart for that. Let's cut to the Zeem logo before I do some sexy overdramatic ending, huh? Lexington, stream local TV from all over the country with Zeem. Always local, always free.